Okay, coming in, this is now Baronvonfab versus Gj999 and Mavericks A. Pretty quickly we got in on this one. Looked like Baronvonfab led off with a Lollip, responded with a Golden Spiral and a Questa, and then Umbra. And then Umbra response with Swindle 2. He was discarded, I think. Let's have a look, was that right? Swindle discarded? Yeah, played against Sasha. Cool. So that's how George is playing George's Jawbone Mirage Ratcatcher. Basically, it's a really nice deck. Big ass Saurian board leading into the Primus Unguis, but can then protect itself from things like the Grisks. Logos, card draws, Archive as well. We're trying to get as much of the shadows into the Archive as possible, holding out that CMTP for when you've E-died them up through the roof of their costs. So just look at what George's turn was. George's was Philosophasaurus, Ludo, use the Golden Spiral on Philosophasaurus, and then fight the Umbra off with Jata. Fair enough. So look at Baronvonfab's. AOA, we've got Burn Stockpile, that's nice. Double Drummernaught, double Gauntlet. Would have liked Gang of Chieftain, but that's almost as good. Well, you know, a couple of Lollips, you can really do some damage. Sanctum, you got a Proclamation. You got Begon's not going to do much in this one. Couple of Protect the Weak, so also to try and keep some of your Amber controlling stuff. And then a TMTP with Ronnies in Nerve Blasts and stuff in Shadows to drag you off that key. Okay, what do we just have in Baron's turn? What do we play out the Proclamation, Protect the Weak on the Lollip, and then Smited to kill Ludo. George has come back with E-Die, Archive something, Wormhole, Tech and Quant. Baron burnt. Why is it? Yeah. Burnt, and then into the fray the Lollip to basically clear the board, other than the... So you had to clear the board. So, back to George, Wormhole Tech, Igor, second Igor, basically trying to filter out and set up the E-Dies and put the TMTP in the Archives if it's not already there. Neither of them anywhere particularly close to key. George was nearly there when he got burnt. Oh, and a Sting. There we go, the Sting's landed before George can get his any of his keys. If you just look, I think that's one of the weaknesses in this, is you've got the Hawk, and that's it. Does George have the Hawk? Let's answer that Sting. Otherwise, it's gonna, it's really gonna potentially get very, give Baron a huge amount of amber from the forgings that obviously he wants to do. Gone Saurian, Unguis is down. Shrix, yeah, they go with the Exalt. E-Die is now protected behind a ward and a taunt. Unguis has come in and been Golden Spiraled and reaped. So suddenly George's board is now huge. I mean, George could have got some amber then. He could have obviously got some amber if he would have gone Logos, but actually what George's deck likes to do, also called George's, not confusing at all, is he'll quite happily let the opponent get a key or two. That's fine, as long as it sets up these utterly unstoppable boards with monstrous key costs from E-Die. Meanwhile, we've got a Marrows and Mingvin coming down. Oh, tribute on the Unguis. Ludo. Golden Spiral. Oh, wants to use the Wormhole. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about whether the Baron's play of Mengvin was... Oh, sorry, so Marrows. It wasn't necessarily the greatest, because basically it's stopping George's from getting to its key. No, he's killed it anyway. It was, because George can't reap, he was not going to get to key, which meant the Sting wasn't going to trigger, which is just buying George more time to try and find the Hawk to get rid of it. Got pounded, E-Die. Got rid of its ward, ping the ones either side. Drummernaught and Foozle. It does feel like it's still very much in George's court at the moment with these huge creatures, unless Baron can get rid of that Ungris. Have we got any way to get rid of the Ungris just as a card, a single card? Doesn't look it. Yeah, I mean, George can just beat down with all his creatures. Yeah, just wiping the board. Yeah, saying and he doesn't want to forge. George does not want to forge. He's going to stick like this until he gets the Hawk. There's only 4 cards left in his deck. Is it in the discard? Have we seen it go by? We haven't seen it go by. So yeah, he's going to hold himself off key until he can Hawk this thing. Ooh, nice Radiant Truth there. But again, it's it's not actually helping the Baron, because George wasn't going to reap with those. Oh, George has put himself on key. He's deployed the didn't want to wait for the Hawk, so it looks like he's happy to give the Baron the 6 for this, knowing that the key cost is up through the roof from Edai. No, we've had a disconnect from the Baron. Yeah. So yeah, George it looks like George is happy to concede 6 amber as a key swift, because even if the even if the Baron immediately pitches the sting right now, he's still forging at 10. So yeah. Yeah, I think this is basically how George's Dependable Mirage Ratcatcher works. You just got this massive ball that they can't do a thing about because Ungris is so huge if they haven't got a way of killing Ungris. Why would you do that? Why would you sacrifice the sting now? All that's going to do is you weren't going to be forging next turn anyway. You've just lost 6 amber. I don't understand that. Meanwhile, George is just going to sit here, clear his stuns. Yeah. And just basically keep on piling on this huge board. Pass over. Yeah, they can't forge because key cost is 10 because of Edai. Yeah, we've got to 11. If George just plays his next Edai though, you can easily keep Baron off. Okay, we've gone with Saurian. Clear all those stuns. Play another Ludo. Play Philosophosaurus. We are recording, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Good. Oh, yeah. Get a cheeky Philosophosaurus action off the Golden Spiral. Scooting on the Primus Ungris just in case they have a way of killing it. They don't. There we go. Over to the Baron. Shadows. What have we got? Merkins. Oh! Well. That's interesting. It clears the ball down a bit. That was probably the only way out of this I could see. That was a real big swing. As say Baron says, worth it. George goes, nice. I think it's brought we're into a bit more of a game, but it's still, George is 2 keys up. He's almost on his third, even with the proclamation. It's going to put him just on. I was going to put him just on, and he's finessed his deck a bit as well with the Philosophosaurus. Past the Baron. Baron needs a quick answer now. The TMTP's already gone round. I just don't see it. I mean, what, another runny? Plus, have we got a second Nerve Blast? Yeah, 2 Nerve Blasts. Yeah, nah, that's it. If you've gone, they haven't cycled the burn. So there you go. That was it. Pretty quick. George, dependable Ratcatcher. It's a nasty deck if you don't have answers to the Unguis. Yeah, let's say Baronvonfab, knowing as soon as it came down, protected as it was, that it was all over.